Okay, let's start with some deadlines. Now we have only 15 weeks. That's why the last submission should be until 26th of April. We have three more tasks about game environment. For the weapon modeling, there are two tasks. Modeling itself, the deadline will be tomorrow. The texturing process, the deadline will be 6th of April. We don't have really much time. That's why uh, we should do it faster because we don't have additional time about week 16. We have only 15 weeks. That's why today we finish with the props texturing. If we will have time, we are going to start a game environment modeling. If we don't have time on the next lecture, we already start with the game environment modeling. And also you can watch tutorials from the internet and make it by yourself. And I suggest you to hurry up because game environment modeling and texturing it also takes time. That's why you should make it faster until the 26th of April. And attestation will be on 27th of April, and examination will start according to the academic calendar uh, at the 28th of April. And that's why we don't have really much time to finish our tasks, but we have time. And here you can find some updated deadlines according to our syllabus. We have these tasks, but the deadlines will be was updated. And okay, today we are going to continue doing our weapon. Let's open. Here we have our weapon, and I'm going to prepare this model for the exporting to the Sketchfab, not Sketchfab, Substance Painter or 3D Code. We are going to use Substance Painter for creating some textures for this weapon. But before we go to the Substance Painter, we can check that everything has UV. For the UV mapping, I'm sharing with you some tutorial. You can watch this tutorial. This is really helpful and easy for understanding the process of UV mapping. Mapping. And you can get these tips and tricks and use in the process of UV mapping your model. And okay, now let's check that everything has UVs here. Maybe I will save this file as additional copy. And I'm going to delete not necessary backups and reorganize my file. We can group this together and call it chain. We can delete empty groups. This group is also empty. We can clear this out. This group is also empty. We can delete. This is not empty. And we can select our model and group this into the one group. If you in the outliner has a really messy, you can change the display and check this dark object only. And now we can see only our models here, and it's easy for understanding what happens in your outliner. Okay, and let's combine some details together according to its color. We can combine the chain, but before combining, let's check its UVs. If you make some combining process, sometimes there is empty groups. You can delete these empty groups, and it's much clearer now. When you're making some texturing with Substance Painter, sometimes you need to create some ID maps. For example, it needed when you have one model but different kind of textures. You can use some tutorial about Substance Painter where you can find some ID map creation. This is how it calls. Substance Painter ID map. This ID map help you to create some layers, and when you make some textures, it's easy to reorganize these layers according to this map. We are going, maybe you can use this ID map, or you also can skip this step, because this step is advanced texturing process. But we cover everything about game texturing, and this one is also exist, and some professionals in the game props modeling should know how to create ID maps, how to transfer some normals into the textures, and this process is also can be found in the internet. Uh, there is a lot of tutorials why they use these ID maps. For example, for the combination on the one object and one material, we can combine different kind of shaders. For example, we can submit gold on the blue mask and dark metal on the, for example, green mask. And this ID map help us to mask everything into the groups of materials. And if you want, you can use this in your work, but maybe we can skip this step because it's a little bit complicated for our beginning level. And maybe I will use several materials for several textures for several materials. For example, if I have materials with the gold metal, I can assign different material for this one. At the end, I will have much more textures instead of using this ID map. But using this ID map is needed to use additional software as Marmoset toolback. With Marmoset toolback, we can create ID maps. If you want, you can watch it by yourself through the internet and watch some tutorials how to use Marmoset for baking ID map. And it means you will learn how to make textures in advanced. But for us, we can skip this step and make it a little bit easier and separate our model according to the kind of materials. Especially when you have only one model with the different materials. We can do it manually by dividing this model into the materials in the Maya. But first step is to create and check everything about UVs. For the UVs, we are going to create, for example, for this one, I'm going to create best plane and select faces, press enter, and I will already have this map. For example, this will be different kind of texture and material because here I have some glow effect, and on this texture I need to use emission map. That's why I will separate this model into several materials, which I call some emission glow. Uh, and this material will be used with the transparency and emission map. Second, I'm going to collect everything which consists on the gold material. Maybe we can add chain and add this chain end. And also maybe this one also can be added to this texture. I'm going to separate my model to the materials and to the one texture, and I'm going to use one UV spreadsheet for these selected models. Maybe I can first group them together, and after that even I can combine them together. Maybe for now we can use group. And we can check UVs. And rearrange. For this model, we don't have any UVs, and we can create, for example, camera-based, like tips from the tutorial, or we can create some best plane. Maybe we can use some camera-based now, and divide this model and cut this model with some edges. We can cut them out, and after that we can select every UVs and unfold them. When we unfold them, we can layout them. And maybe we can optimize some hues by selecting this edge and sew them together. These seams can be moved and sewed. And after that, we can also make some we can orient to shells them, and we also can sew these ones to make it more optimized. And we can lay out them all like this. Okay, the next step is to rearrange every selected model with the gold material into the one UVs. We can select every piece of these geometries. This one is not don't have better UV. We can create again camera based. Divide this one. We should cut this, unfold. We can use checker for understand. There is no don't need to have distortion, but this object is really small, and that's why we can skip some distortion issues for now. But we have only one UVs for this object, and this one should be also has to be unfolded. Oh, maybe we can create. This is really bad distortion. We need to fix this before we can lay out everything together. Maybe we can create again some camera based. In the object mode, which we can create camera based. And now we need to divide this model, or maybe we can use this one. Yes, this is much understandable, and we can cut this model according to the selected UVs. We can cut the bottom part. And now we can use some unfold, and we can lay out this mess. I think it's everything without distortion, and we can use this for UVs. Okay, we've done with these models, and we can select every piece with the gold material and lay out them together into the one spreadsheet. This one is duplicated models. We can, this one is a unique model. If I make, for example, layout now, maybe I can change UVs for this model because this one is not useful, I guess. Yes, let's make a better UV for this part. Let's create camera based, and now we can cut this into the two parts, and now we can unfold this part and layout. And let's check with, we don't need to have some distortions. Every piece of checker should be without distortion. Maybe like this. And now we're ready with the layout. And then I'm not going to select these two parts because if I select this one, my UVs will be duplicated. And maybe after making some texture, I can duplicate this one, like with the chain and this part. Okay, let's select every piece with the gold material, and we can lay out. And now we have everything separated on this shelf. And now let's select this part. And now we need to divide this model according to the material. Here we have also some UVs. This UVs also has some gold material, and we need to lay out them together. Okay, and here we have some place where we can put another parts from this one big model. And let's select these pieces. I'm selecting everything with the gold material, and now I can also assign new material for this one. It will be gold. And also I need to lay out these gold materials, and I can scale this little bit and put it beside of this model, something far away. And now we can, with this selected, we can, with the shift select, add our gold parts. And manually or with after layout, we can combine them into one. And now we can see every piece of these UVs collected together into the one spreadsheet. We can just little bit scale this out to see that we have only one piece of texture here. And these objects we can select in the face mode. We can select everything on this UV spreadsheet and assign existing material for the gold. And this one should be one material. It can be gold. Maybe here we also need to make some new material for these parts. And this part will have some separated material. If we will use ID map, we can assign another color on these parts and just use mask group. But we don't have really much time to make additional maps such as ID map. That's why I'm going to create just separated material for these parts. It will be some wood or laser. And also we can use some spreadsheet for these parts, and we can create the cylindrical map for these details, and we can just scale them for these parts. This is a not optimized process because we have really much places to put another details here, but we have we are going to stack in the substance painter without ID map. That's why we are going to use separated texture for these two parts. Okay, another kind of material what we have this stone material, and we are going to assign new material for this stone. Maybe after the texturing process I will duplicate this part, and now I'm going to work only on this part. And let's check first the UVs for this one. It's created, and we can optimize these UVs. We can lay out them together. On the UVs, there is you don't need to use these intersections. Make sure that every details has separated from each other. You can scale this out and try to separate every piece of models without any intersections. And here we have some UVs for this part. And we also need to assign one material for this part. Okay, everything was assigned, and now we're ready to export this model. And also we have this stone. Maybe we can use one material for the stone also, and put it somewhere on our UV's spreadsheet. Okay, we're ready for the texturing process. Now we need to select everything what is already has some material, and here we also need to assign another material for the transparency glue. I forgot, I already have some emission glow. Okay, and here's the goal. Before the export, let's delete history, freeze transformation. We can also make some center pivot. Uh, our model should be clear. We can check, here we have two materials and stone. Now we can select our pieces geometry. We can group them together or not. It doesn't matter. We need to select only divided, only these parts. After the texture, and I'm going to just duplicate this part in opposite direction. And now let's save and let's export selection in the FBX format. Please make sure you use FBX exporter. Okay, now we can close Maya and open Substance Painter. Also, I can share with you some previous year's tutorial of the weapon, and you can watch how to export this into the Sketchfab. And here in the home screen, we can start painting. We can make some new file. Here we can select our FBX file. And now we can open this model. And in the substance painter, we can start drawing on our weapons. We can make some hand-painted texture. We can make we can use some smart materials from the library. Here we have a lot of laser, stone. Whenever you want, we have a lot of materials for the wood. Okay, let's come back to our reference. And Now we need to find some gold material. Let's start with the gold. In the texture set list, we have some layers according to the created material. For example, when you select material stone, you can see the UVs for this stone. And it means when we export these textures from the Substance Painter, we are going to have four textures, four texture sets, which is consist from the color, normals, emissions, or metallic if you use metallic shader. And after we finish with the texturing, we are going to collect maps from this weapon, from this Substance Painter, and submit them into the Sketchfab and create some settings for the shader in the Sketchfab by using maps which was exported from the Substance Painter. And now we can also hide some parts and concentrate on the divided model. And also we can search some gold damage and just drag and drop into the model. And we easily have some starting point for this layer about the gold. And now we can also add some new layers here. We can also add some fill layer or brush layer. With the brush, we can draw some details on it. In the properties of the paint, we can assign which kind of material we can brush on them. We have here some normals, fade, and color, and specular and gloss. If we can draw here, we can see the color. We can change color here. For example, we can go and make it a little bit darker. We can change the size of this brush. And now we can draw. Here we need to create some symmetry. We also can work with the symmetry settings. Here you can find some symmetry. It's divided automatically and not exact position. Maybe we can adjust mirror X and we can change settings for this mirror. It's almost maybe we can make this one. And now it's symmetrically and we can draw some ornaments here. When you draw something on the model, it calls hand-painted textures. This is a technique when you can, like in the Photoshop, create colors and by using the techniques of drawing, you can create something special for your textures and it will be like a hand-painted texture. In this model, it's almost like a hand-painted texture with a pre-made texture like gold. And here we need to create some ornaments on these parts, and we can try to draw these ornaments with the help of hand-painted texture. This is a little bit difficult. Yes, this is really difficult to draw with the mouse. We have also eraser. We can use some eraser. Like in the Photoshop, you can use some uh, brushes. You can change the colors and you can also use some stamps. Maybe you have some black and white texture and you can use this texture like a stamp. Or you can use some hand painted techniques. The quality of drawing depends on the size of your texture. For example, if you create starting with the 2K textures, your stamp can be less pixeled. For example, if this details is also really small on UVs, it can be also uh, with this pixels effect here. You can draw directly on UVs or on the model. You can even use, if you watch tutorials about Substance Painter, you can find how to add textures here. For example, you can download images and use them as a texture. The Substance Painter is a really powerful soft for making game-ready textures. It's like a standard for the industry. And also we can duplicate this layer and move this layer on the other part of the same model. And how we can do this? We can we can select this object and move, but I forgot how. Sorry. Maybe. Okay, maybe later I will find how to create this copy. But let's move it closer and add some normals here. Okay, maybe later. I forgot how to create normals, but according to the Substance Painter, you can find tutorials how to draw normals. And here is some stylized textures. You can watch these tutorials. We can use some stencils and we can draw normals on it. We can use some paint along the path and draw. But the settings for this draw. We can select some brushes and textures. We can select some soft brushes and draw along the curve. Maybe we can select color. But I forgot how to make it normals with the normals map effect. With the help of Substance Painter, with a lot of interesting ornaments, this also can be used. For the normal, we should also check some stamp. Now it's like a normal map, I guess. And here we can use and can change the stamp. Yes, with the stamp of normal, now we can draw like normal maps. This is the key, purpose of usage hand-painted techniques here with some normals. And also, I forgot something about settings of this model. We should unhide everything, and we need to add some. We should bake some mesh maps according to this model. With the help of mesh maps, we can use some curvature, normals, ambient occlusion, and if you use some smart materials, which also consist of this ambient occlusion and curvation, your smart materials will look much better. And we can return to the paint mode. And now, with the help of the calculation of these bake mesh maps, now we can see this gold becomes more natural with some shadings, with some curvature here. Even if we use smart materials here, you can see these details instead of the previous one. And now you can also work much deeper with these layers. And we can select gold. But before the baking process, don't forget to unhide every piece of your model. And according to your model, these maps can be calculated. And now the gold materials becomes more natural with these shadings and shadows and curvations. And even if we use pre-made materials, with the calculation of these bake mesh maps, which is located in the texture set settings, you can now use opportunity of these gold materials much better. Okay, and for the gold, I think we've done. We can go to the stone material. For the stone material, we can also find some stone in here. We have some jade. We can drag and drop it here, but we can change the color of this jade. Inside of the settings, we have In the smart materials, we have a lot of settings, and when you dive deeper in this folder, you can change some parameters. For example, for the base, we can use some gray color. And now we can easily, with one click, create a nice material for this one, and we can even make it bluish. According to your reference, you can change it. And you can change subcolors, for example, also for the blue one, and play with the settings. For example, something like this, make it darker. And here you can also change the subcolor. Maybe this one is better. And with the 2 clicks, we have this interesting material. Next one, we are going to use some wood on or laser on second part. Let's make it wood. And drag and drop on the wood material. It already looks nice. Not like on the reference, but you can also add brush details after. We can select gold, and here we need to draw some stamp. We also need to draw some details. We can draw along the path here. Or maybe we can just draw it. Don't forget to use additional layer. And for the normals, we need to use some stamp. Okay, it's better to use this curve line because it has some normal map settings. Also, watch some tutorials about painting some textures. Or maybe we can use some stamp here. Okay, I will create another paint layer. On the paint layer, we can draw some stamp. We can find some pattern here, maybe like this, and we can change the size. And without color, we can deselect diffusion. We can draw specular, height, gloss, only normal. And we can make some stamp. We can increase the size and make some stamp with the normals. You can draw any details by using some stamps. You can also even create your special stamp and add here. Okay, what else we can do? Let's make some glow here. We also need to draw some diamond, and we can make it on the gold also. We need to add some new layer. It can be painted layer, and here we can find some emission. Maybe in this material we can find some emission. For emission settings, we can change our material. It should be a new channel for the emission. Here we have only diffuse, specular, glossiness, height, and normal. In the settings, we can change our shader and we can find something with the emission. Blended alpha, no. Let's come back and Control Z. Okay, let's undo. Prepare specular glossiness. Maybe here we can enable some emission. Bless you. Here in the texture set settings, we can add emissions, not in the shader settings. Okay, here we have texture set settings. We can add some channel and we can add some emissive channel. And now in this shader, we have opportunity to work with the emission. Let's save this project. And now we can go to this crystal, and in the layer, new layer for the emission, we can draw, where is this? Here. Here we have some crystal, and let's change our paint property according to the emission. Now here we have emission. We can switch normals. We can add some diffusion. For diffuse color, we will select some glow, and for the emission, we also select some blue. And now, if we draw like emission, and we can even go it away. And after that, we can use some eraser and make it accurate. Something like this. Go back to the paint mode and create some details with the same brush. Emission materials have some glow, and with the transparency you can add this glow on the belong places of the model. Something like this, but with a big size and stroke opacity, you can make some glow like this. And with the stroke opacity, you can make it more accurate, something like this. And now this crystal has this emission effect. If you need to add more emission, you can change the stroke opacity and put it even more. Make it brighter. And also you can change the diffuse color and add some details without stroke opacity and create some crystal color here. You can even add some normal map, and with the help of stencil you can draw normal also. We can use some noise texture here. And you can add some sharpness for this glow. Now it's like a diamond here. And the same process we can do with this material, but I forgot how to use transparent texture. Let's learn with you. Let's go to the emission glow. Let's select this emission glow and try to understand how we can use transparency. Maybe with the eraser we can clear this. We can use some mask. We can switch off the symmetry or bring it back. Let's go to the tutorials.